Hi, so if you haven't joined me before, I'm Rebecca Catterall, and what I'm going to do tonight, and every month hopefully, is just answer a few questions that I've been asked or that I've heard or earwigged upon over the last few weeks. So tonight I've mainly got branding questions, marketing questions and customer retention questions. So I've got someone that was asking, do you need a logo? You don't need a logo. Well, that's what I think. There are a few business people that say you really do need a logo, you're professional if you don't have a logo. But I've seen quite a few decent brands nowadays that just don't do it. The name of the company alone is good enough. Your branding is enough. If you have constant colours and a constant look, that's good enough. And what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to show you a few of the different tools I've used and that some of the experts I've trained with use to create a decent brand identity. So first of all, we're going to go and share the screen. It's going to go really freaky for a minute, and we'll go and look at somewhere for finding ideas. So we are going to go over to a beautiful little thing called Pinterest, where you can lose your life if, like me, you get slightly addicted to things. So in Pinterest, we have got some beautiful examples of brand identities. And I'm just going to check, I've got someone saying you can't see this. So let's just check that we are still screen sharing. So here we go. So this is an example of what I call quite a modern but still elegant style. So you see here that they've picked different colours that they're going to represent their theme. They've got a nice simple logo. You could just use your logo as your name in a nice font. This is your tagline, so this is what you do. I tend to have my name and tagline separately, so that depending on what promotional material I'm using, I don't need to have it there all the time. So after your logo, you've got the colours. We've got a few different things. If you're printing on light backgrounds or dark backgrounds, your details will still stand out. Another thing often overlooked is actually picking fonts. Please don't use Comic Sans. Comic Sans makes me want to cry. And again, so does Times New Roman and a million other fonts. There's a lot of resources out nowadays where you can use fonts for free for commercial use, or you can pay a couple of pounds and you can have the use of some beautiful fonts for your business. So here they've picked quite a nice handwritten font. They've also got some different styles that they want to portray in their pictures and some different backgrounds and so on. You need to make sure that whatever it is something you're happy with. So if you look at some of the other ones in the folder, here we've got some different styles. We've got the pink's quite a girly thing, a nice quite cute one. And if we go back, there's another folder with more elegant fonts and designs. So this is quite a girly, probably aimed at women. Dear Miss Modern is someone I came across today. Her blog and her shop and her Facebook page, they are absolutely beautiful. She makes all these herself. So these are the social media buttons that she's using. This is the style that she's going to use in all of her blog pictures, her Facebook buttons, all of the buttons on her website, and it all matches. Whichever platform you find her on, it flows. She has the same things. That's her brand identity. The soft colours, muted, but very elegant and ladylike. So people should be able to pick something up, even if it's not got your name on, and know that that is something that you've made, that you've produced. They should be able to associate it with your company. You could have a strong masculine one in just monochrome colours. Or you could have something, you know, more silly, bold. It's up to you, but make it consistent. pick your colours, pick your fonts and your style and stick to it. So if we have a look at something to pick your colours, this is my latest go-to gadget. I absolutely love it, but then I'm a gadget person, I'm a geek, and I like to play with things. So this is colours.co, so COOLORS.co, and I'll put all the links on the YouTube video for replay. So if we start using it, we're going to want to skip the tutorial. So we'll just skip that. So you've got 5 different colours you can pick from. Now I know what my favourite colour is. So in here, I'm just going to edit what I think is called a hex code. But I just know that my colour is 5cc8cc. That's the main colour I love for no particular reason, nothing psychological or calming or whatever. I just like it. I'm going to lock this colour down so that it won't change. And I'm just going to press the space bar. And you can see at the bottom, if you press the space bar, you generate the colour schemes. And you just keep hitting that space bar till you see some other colours you like. And certainly not that one. So let's say I like this salmon pink. We'll lock that down. I like this brown. Lock that down. And we'll just keep going until we find something. We'll add a grey. Let's say I like this, but I don't know, maybe I want something a bit more pink. So this side you're going to get the blues and purples, and if you slide these right over to the right hand side, you'll get more of your reds and your pinks. And it's just a matter of tweaking it really. Let's say we want more of a raspberry pink. So it's just playing and sliding. Let's say that'll do. That's what we want. You could enter codes or different things if you're familiar with it all. I really am not. I just like to play. So we lock all these down. These are the ones we like now. And you can see at the bottom, it's giving you what is the colour code that you can use in Microsoft apps. You can use it in all sorts of things to pick your colour from now on. Your designers can use it if you have any graphic design done or professional printing done. Knowing these colours and their codes is key. You can't just keep guessing at stuff. Write these down once you've got them. Have them stored everywhere. So let's say I want to see what this pink's going to look like with the brown on the far side of the screen. Just click the little arrows and keep the mouse button down, and I can just slide them all around and have a play. So let's see what this one's like with the grey. And yeah, I'm happy with the contrast there. Garish as you might find them. So we can undo things, we can download, we can upload. You can save and make an account on this, and it's all free, and I really do advise you do that. So I want to export this. You can copy the link, which wouldn't hurt for future use. You can also make it into a PDF or a PNG. A PNG is an image file. It's not the best quality on this, but it does display them nicely if you're making like a vision board or something, or you just want to sort of put it up on your website or Facebook, or just show your friends. The PDF is best, I find, and I'm afraid I have no idea what the other two are. The PDF that will come up shows you all the codes for the different things you can use. So this hex code is what you'll use most often in most apps. But in some of them, and maybe some printers and so on, they might want to know these other codes. But you've all got it there. It's in a nice handy little PDF. And all I've done is save that to a graphics folder I've made, and I've put it under branding. So it's there forever, and that's it. And there's the link as well if you ever want to come back to it. So there's colours. It will waste hours of your life if you let it, because I and ah and I like everything perfect. But it is a fantastic app for just playing around and seeing what you like. As well as that, there is another one, and it's the Adobe Color Wheel. I am not design orientated at all, and the Adobe Color Wheel confuses the heck out of me. So we'll just go and Google Adobe Color Wheel. might eventually load. So here we are. It's a thing of beauty that I do not understand. You've got all these different sections down here where you can try contrasting, monochromic, complementary shades, compound, or just play and make your own. So all you need to do is drag these up and down and around and just settle them where you're happy with. It's not as much fun as colours. I don't get to hit the space bar and slide the colours around as much, and it's not gimmicky enough for me. It's functional, too functional, but if your brain works better this way, use it. You can adjust these as well if you want to change the tone and just correct it a bit. And there again, you've got the hex key down at the bottom for all of these. Okay, let's look at fonts. I am a little bit geeky, you may have guessed, and fonts, oh, I could use thousands, but apparently I have to stick to 2, maybe 3 if I'm good. This is defont.com, and it is one of my favourite sites for fonts. Some of these are created by people that will let you use them for commercial reasons for free, and some ask for a donation, some say not at all, and some will charge a preset price. Do not use somebody's font for your business if they've said not for commercial use. You can and will get found out, and well, it's just bad etiquette. Don't do it. Let's look at handwritten fonts. Ooh. So let's say you want a nice handwritten font. Say, right, so eyes wide open. So it says here, if it's free for personal use, but if you want a commercial license, you've got to go and click over on the website. You can also make nice little donations over here to the authors, and some of these people provide a lot for personal use, and they do a lot, and it is time consuming making the fonts. A couple of dollars wouldn't go amiss. So again, you've got, this is what all your different letters and numbers will look like, and the umlauts and everything. But if you want to, you think, well, I like that, but I can't quite imagine what my name or my business name would be like in that. Let's try typing. And we can have a look. So there we go, nicely joined up. So you like that. So you just click over there and you can pay, it's probably just a couple of pounds. Download the font, and it really is so simple. You just download it, it'll download into your download box, and then it's so easy to install, but it does depend on which system you're on, whether it's a Mac or a Windows-based computer, and I'm not going to go into all that. Either Google it or send me a message if you want to know more. So there, you've got fonts. If you want a new one, we can just go back and we'll have a look at, let's say you want just a basic one. So that one was all right for headings and so on, but we want something a bit more basic for the day-to-day body of the text. So let's say we like the Apple one. Again, you can see it there. A lot of them don't always come in bold and italics. You get what you get. So if you're going to use something for a body, for just like you type in your general paragraphs and so on, I really would recommend that you make sure that you can see it in italics and bold and so on, because more often than not, you will want to at some point make your headings in your blog bold or italic, and you won't be able to unless it comes with all these different files. So that's just something to bear in mind. Okay, so we will just close that. And ooh, we're getting closer to the pretty pictures. So you've got colours and you've got fonts, and you know what look you want to make for all of your different headings and your blog posts on. These are 2 tools I recommend and most people use for free to edit everything. One of them is called picmonkey.com, that's this one. And the other one is called canva.com. This is canva.com. Both of them are really easy to use. They both come with loads of tutorials in a design school. So I would recommend playing with both. With PicMonkey, you can upload your text, your fonts and so on, which does make it easier. So let's say you want to make a Facebook cover, and it's preset to the size you need for the cover of the Facebook. You put in one of your codes there. Say if you want my green to be the background color, and there you go. So this is why you need to keep a record of those codes. So we apply that, that's a background. If I want to include fonts, go to the text button, and then when it loads, you can see at the top there's a little button for using your own text. Dead simple to upload, but there are others if you don't use your own. So there, you just add text, follow the simple instructions. So let's say I want to use the Bell Aurea. I'm going to add text. And we're going to maybe not all use capitals. The simple thing about this that I really do like is that you can just, to resize, you can just drag the boxes and make them larger. So I like playing with that. You can also use the size here or the numbers there if you know what size pixels you want them. So let's say we want that big. I'm just going to drag it and center it a bit. I want to make the text white to go nicely and crisp against the background. So there's your text. You can always change it. You can make the text darker. You can make it hard. You can do all sorts of wonderful things with it. But for now, I'm happy with just normal text. So down here, you've got different effects and different things you can add on to your overlays. So if you just wait for this to load. Of course, it's not going to do now I've said that. We'll have a look in autumn. So these are effects more. They're for pictures and their overlays. Like if you go on Instagram or you're uploading pictures to Facebook and so on, you can put different washes over your picture. That's what that is. This one is more for touching up pictures. So it's not really something I need for this, but you can touch up skin colours, lipstick and all so on. This little crown here means that it's not part of the free package. That's for part of the Royal feature. The Royal feature is only a couple of dollars a month, but you can get away without it. Okay, so we'll look at the overlays. Now the overlays are quite cool. Of course, nothing's going to load now. Here we've got some frames. Now all this would do, if we apply this to our pictures and to our boards, it would add a frame all the way around the edge, and it's just different styles of frames. So you can obviously tell there that's going to be a Polaroid frame to your picture. Let's try backgrounds and see if they'll load. Okay, the backgrounds come in lots of different colours there. So you can upload your own. So if you've got a nice gold or a glitter one, you can upload that. There's also there's a light show, there's stars, there's waves, there's metal, paper, papyrus, fabric, artwork. There's all different sorts of backgrounds. So I quite like the light trails here. And let's see. Oh, the whole thing's decided to just crash. Well, that's a lovely disappointment, isn't it? Let's pretend it all worked beautifully, and on my first webcast it did not fail, it all went well. So all you need to do then is you need to save it up here, and they have the most amazing different little file names. So we want to save it as a medium file. You can save it as a small file, medium or large. We're going to give it a name of test. Don't save it as a JPEG if you're going to use it for decent artwork. If you save it as a PNG, it'll give you a much better quality picture, and it won't pixelate as much when you're putting it on things. So the knuckle flexor is playing up, and it's decided it doesn't want to save because it's a naughty little monkey. You can pick where it goes on your computer. So we're just going to make believe. I like the world of make believe sometimes. And we're going to pretend that it all went fine. And you just save it to your lovely graphics folder that I'm sure you've made. And you keep all your branding in one place. And then you know that you have a beautiful thing to use for your Facebook. You can also design a similar kind of thing for your website, emails, all sorts. So we'll close this page and I'm going to pretend it's never going to darken my door again. Canva is the same kind of preset, but these are, it gives you more preset templates. So there's some for social media, that works for most Facebook posts and so on. And you can see at the bottom, it'll tell you what size pixels it uses. Presentations, if you want to do like PowerPoint or Keynote, you can design something in here first. You can download it and you can use it in presentations or as a presentation. So you've got all your Facebook posts into the Instagram's the new one they've brought out. Blog graphics, documents, it'll save as a PDF or an image. So if you want to make a beautiful PDF, this is something amazing to do it in. Email headers, just everything. And at the end, if you don't want any of those, you can go up there and you can customize your own dimensions. So let's say we want to make an email header. I'm not going to go into this in too much detail because we're running out of time. Of course, the internet wants to die because why not? Okay, so here are some more presets. With Canva, although it is free to use, if you use some of their more detailed images, it does cost $1. Now you think that's all right, I've got that picture forever. No, you haven't. This is where I made a mistake. You can come back and edit that for 24 hours, but after that it's kind of locked down. So although you can use the image you've made forever, you cannot go and then use this template, this background, the little glittery stars. You can't use it in something else. It's a one-off purchase. So I tend to use my own backgrounds, and in there I've uploaded quite a few. So you can change this, you can change the bottom text, you can change the colours. You've got the preset ones, but again, click on the plus sign and you type in one of your main colours. And hey presto, you've changed it. This one's even simpler. So you've got the templates here. So say you use the starting point. You've got a different background if you want, add more text, and it gives you some samples down here of pre-made little templates. So you could add something like that, or you know, some of these, but they're brilliant for posters, sales signs and everything. If you go to search, you've got all these preset little boxes where they've made some amazing icons and bubbles. So if you go on the lines, there's arrows, there's borders. The one I tend to use a lot for making PDFs is this one, just along the bottom of a page in bold. You just use the small arrow at the side to drag it along the length. With Canva, I found it's better to try and keep the images within this box, otherwise sometimes it saves a bit skew. So you can change the icon's colour to the one you've just used for your main colour. There are some arrows there. Those arrows seem to be doing quite nicely at the moment in a lot of graphic works I've seen, especially in more elegant ladylike things like in gold and so on. So I do find this really helpful, and it's free. So all these are free, but if you want a picture, say, of a hand-drawn image, you find the top few are free, but then you'll see like here, there's a couple of them at $1. If you can use them and not pay that $1, but it will leave the lines, the watermark running through it because it is a stock image. So let's find one that's not free. So let's get my mum's favourite one. Don't ask me why my mother likes chickens, I do not know. So if you zoom in, the zoom is just over here in this bottom left corner. If you zoom in, you can see that it's crisscrossed with the marks through it, and it's got the Canva watermark on. If you decide you don't want to pay the $1, if you're just using this as a mock-up to show a customer or something, it will have that on until you come back in and pay for it. So we're just going to nip up here, change the name there, and this is what it will save as. It saves online, so that's fine. So it's going to save that. You've got the undo button, share it on Facebook and so on with your friends. Wait for this to tick if you can, if you have the patience. It seems to lead to less issues further on with the image, and it doesn't save SKUF. But this is where you download. So you can save it as an image. That'll give you the PNG file, but I think it isn't quite 300 DPI. There's a PDF if you're saving it as a booklet or whatever. You can save the different numbers of pages, or if you're having it published, if you want the printers to do it, if you click that, it will have all the marks and so on for the publishers to see. If you want to make another page and you want it to be an exact copy of this and just twiddle it a little bit, copy this page. If you want a new page in a different style, just down here, add a new page. Not to delete, there you go. Quite simple. If you do want some more help with this, there is a beautiful, beautiful design scope here. It's free and it's step by step from your very basic how to use it to designing some amazing flyers. So it's a brilliant free resource. I will just nip back to the beautiful video. So that's it. That's your fonts, your designs. So just get ideas from Pinterest or something. If you see a website that you like, screenshot it or save it somewhere. If you see an advert you like, an email you like, save it. Don't copy it word for word, but get the ideas that you like from them and see how you can tailor it to your organization. So I've got a massive file of opt-ins I like, of emails I've received, of subscriber emails that I've received, of freebie handout covers, of websites, everything. If it captures your eye, save it, screenshot it, or keep the flyer in a folder. And then you can look at it and say, why has it caught my attention? Look at newspapers in a new way. Why is something attracting your attention more than another advert? So we've only covered the marketing side of it today. I have got some free resources for you. If you want to know more, or if you don't want to do it yourself, there's Rachella at Butter and Honey. She's got a really good resource called Branding 101 for business owners. It's a beautiful book. I've had a look through it, and on her blog she's got some amazing articles. She explains what you should look for in a graphic designer. She kind of takes the scare out of using a graphic designer. So she explains why she has to have vector files and what vector files are, because it's only last week I learned what they are and what the difference is to the normal files I've been working with. So check them out. I'm going to put the link on and she'll be delighted to hear from you. And that's it. If you bear with me, it's first broadcast, but we'll try and get it better next time with the internet not kicking out. And I'll see you later.